In the Americas, the Delano family includes notables such as U.S. Presidents Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Calvin Coolidge, and astronaut Alan B.Shepard.Its progenitor was Philippe de Lannoy. The Pilgrim of Walloon descent arrived at Plymouth, Massachusetts, in the early 1620s. His descendants also include Frederick Adrian Delano, Robert Redfield, and Paul Delano. Delano family forebears include the Pilgrim who charted the Mayflower, 7 of its passengers and 3 signers of the Mayflower Compact. De Lannoy family in Europe. Philippe de Lannoy was born in Leiden on December 7, 1602, of Walloon religious refugee parents Jan Larno, born Jean de Lannoy in 1575 at Tourcoing, and Marie Maru of Lille, Spanish Netherlands, Walloon, Flanders, both now in northern France. His parents were betrothed in the Leiden Walloon Church on January 13, 1596. His father died in 1604 at Leiden. Philip's grandfather, Gilbert de Lannoy of Tourcoing, was born Roman Catholic but apparently became an early Protestant. He left the mainland with his family for England probably in the late 1570s and then, in 1591, moved to Leiden, a safe harbor for religious dissidents. The Maru family arrived in Leiden around the same time, having earlier been at Armentières, near Lille. The family name de Lannoy probably derives from the town of Lannoy, also near Lille. There is no proven connection to the noble de Lannoys in the area. Migration to America. Arriving from England, Philippe de Lannoy's family affiliated with the Leiden Walloon Church, which held services in French, indicating they probably spoke French or Picard. The timing and extent of his contact with the John Robinson Pilgrim congregation in Leiden is unknown, but Philippe eventually joined the voyage Robinson organized to the American continent. The Leiden Pilgrims bore the speed well for the voyage. Although his name is not on the passenger list, Philippe is believed by Mayflower scholar Jeremy Bangs to have joined his maternal uncle Francis Cook and young cousin John Cook on the Speedwell voyage from Delfshaven to Southampton to meet the Mayflower. It is possible that Philippe went separately to England rather than aboard Speedwell. They gathered in England with other pilgrims and hireling colonizers to stage the onward voyage with the 2 ships. The Speedwell proved unseaworthy and 11 of its passengers were able to join the Mayflower. It is unknown if the 20 who could not sail on the Mayflower returned to Leiden or remained in England. The Mayflower proceeded solo with a combined company of 103, leaving Plymouth on September 6, 1620, arriving Cape Cod Harbor on November 11, 1620. The Fortune eventually substituted for the Speedwell, sailing for Plymouth Colony in early July 1621, arriving on November 9, 1621, with Philippe among its passengers. Life in America. Philippe de Lannoy joined and resided with his uncle Francis Cook and cousin John, who had arrived on the Mayflower the year before. In 1623, he received a land grant in Plymouth but sold this property in 1627 and moved to Duxborough. In 1634, at Plymouth, Massachusetts, he married Hester Dewsbury. The children: 1. Mary Delano, b. Arbed 1635, 2. Philip Delano, b. Arbed 1637, 3. Hester or Esther Delano, b. Arbed 1640, 4. Thomas Delano, b. the 21st of March 1642, 5. John Delano, b. 1644, 6. Jonathan Delano, b. 1647 to 1648, Prob. Duxbury, Massachusetts. Delano prospered and was part of the group who organized the construction of highways and bridges around the village. Hester died after 1648. Before 1653, he married the widowed Mary Pontisglass, b. Abt 1625, by whom he had 3 children: 1. Jane Delano, 2. Rebecca Delano, 3. Samuel Delano. He served in the Pequot War of 1637 as a volunteer. In 1652, he joined with 35 other colonists to purchase with trading goods what was then called Dartmouth Township from Massasoit, the leader of the Wampanoag, who drew the boundaries. It was sold to the Religious Society of Friends of Quakers, who wished to live outside the stringent religious laws of the Puritans. Philippe gave his portion of the acquisition, amounting to 800 acres, to his son Jonathan Delano. He died on August 22, 1681, in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. A great many of his offspring would become prominent mariners, whalers, and shipbuilders. The later commercial success of some Delanos was such that they would become part of the Massachusetts aristocracy, sometimes referred to as one of the Boston Brahmins. Descendants: Jonathan married Mercy Warren, granddaughter of Mayflower passenger Richard Warren. Among the direct descendants are the author Laura Ingalls Wilder, President Ulysses S. Grant, President Calvin Coolidge, anthropologist Robert Redfield, astronaut Alan B.Shepard, entertainer Martina McBride, and the poet Conrad Potter Aiken. Over time, family members migrated to other states, including Michigan, Maine, New York, Ohio, Oklahoma, Virginia, Vermont, and as far away as Chile, where today descendants of Captain Paul Delano are numerous and prominent. For the New York clan, Sarah Delano married James Roosevelt, and their only child, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, became President of the United States. Delano family in America: Columbus Delano, statesman; Diane Delano, actress; Francis R. Delano, banker, railroad executive; Frederick Adrian Delano II, civil engineer, member of the Commercial Club of Chicago, brother of Sarah Warren Delano, Jr., grandfather of President Franklin D. Roosevelt and chief of operations of Russell and Amp Company, whose business included the opium trade in Canton; Jane Arminda Delano, nurse; Hubert Delano, Paul Delano, commander of the Chilean Department of the Navy; Sarah Ann Delano, mother of FDR; Franklin Delano Roosevelt, President of the United States; William Adams Delano, architect; Mary Gray Reeves, first woman to be an Episcopalian bishop in California; James Whitlow Delano, photographer; Dennis A. Delano Sr., born 1951, judge, cold case at NY, freed first woman with DNA evidence. Delano family namesakes: Delano, California, named for Columbus Delano; Delano, Minnesota, named for Francis R. Delano; Delano, Pennsylvania, and Delano Township, Schuylkill County, Pennsylvania, named for Warren Delano II.